What's going on? It's Ed here from JM Honda Miami, and today we are taking a closer look and comparing the Honda Rebel 1100 DCT versus the Honda Gold Wing. So right off the bat, you can see they're two totally different bikes. I'm not gonna lie to you, this might sound crazy if you're watching this video, but just listen. These bikes have a lot in common, besides the fact that they both have Honda dual clutch transmission. This model Honda Gold Wing comes with it standard. There is no manual transmission Honda Gold Wing Sport. There is, as a matter of fact, a manual transmission Honda Rebel 1100, but we're not talking about that today. We are talking about features and similarities in these bikes. We're going to be talking about pricing. We're talking about seating position. We're going to be talking about similarities. So let's dive in and start taking a closer look. Right off the bat, on the Honda Gold Wing, of course you're going to have some of the top safety features like ABS. This is an ABS ring on the front wheel of the Honda Gold Wing. It has a dual front disc brake, you can already see, to help with all the weight that you'll be carrying. On the Honda Rebel, ABS comes standard on the Gold Wing, and so does the Rebel 1100. It has ABS standard, which I happen to find very, very helpful, just because this is a touring bike and this is a cruiser, but they both do a lot of the same things. So they both have ABS. Let's dive on in. Something else that both motorcycles have that I think is a huge plus, I personally use it all the time when I'm taking long trips. I have a Gold Wing, is cruise control. Comes standard on the Honda Gold Wing, both this model and the touring model. And your little brother, the Honda Rebel 1100, also has cruise control, standard. Both models have cruise control. The dual clutch transmission model, all right. So far, so good. We got two things in common. Now, something that I really want to bring your attention to, again, is something that they have in common: the seat height. On the Honda Gold Wing, you have a 29.3 seat height, meaning once the bike is fully, standing flat, you have a 29.3 seat height. On the Rebel 1100, your seat height is 27.5. 27.5. It's not that bad. It's pretty close. You're 2 inches off. So the Gold Wing is 2 inches taller than the Honda Rebel, which isn't a lot. Another thing that I find very similar is the foot positioning. Where your foot stays on the Honda Rebel is pretty close to the seating position on the Honda Gold Wing. So you will be 2 inches higher, but your seating position is going to be very similar. All right, now let's spread them apart. Let's get to talk about the total differences, because those couple of things are the only ones that actually make sense when comparing these two motorcycles. You have ABS, you have cruise control, the seating position is very close, and of course your foot position is very, very similar. Now, the two worlds are separated. This is really made for cruising. I have had customers talk to me about taking this motorcycle on a long distance road trip. They would provide a windshield. They say that it's very front facing. It's fine. I used to have a Rebel 500, so I know what they're talking about. These bikes are a lot nicer when you add a little bit of windshield or wind deflection. On the Gold Wing, on the other hand, you have this windscreen that goes up. Not only that, just the actual bike deflects wind like of course it was designed for that, but it does it so magically. You don't get any wind disturbance. If it rains, you barely get wet, and overall it keeps you nice and dry and cool. You got over here a little wind tunnel in case you want a little bit of what they call natural AC. On the Rebel, you gotta, you're gonna be feeling the wind. So everybody knows the Rebel's got an 1100, the Gold Wing has an 1800. The Gold Wing, on the weight, you're going to be weighing in at about, where's the weight here, 804 pounds. All right, so 804 pounds versus 509 pounds on the Honda Rebel. All right, so you are 300 pounds more on the Honda Gold Wing. 300 pounds plus the engine size. It makes for a lot of fun. So what do you guys think? Would you rather choose a Honda Gold Wing if you didn't have to worry about monthly payments or paying it full, or would you go with the Honda Rebel 1100? Because what I'm about to tell you next might shock you. So if you're going to be financing a Honda Rebel, let's talk about the price. You're going to be at $9,999. That's MSRP. That is not out the door. In the financing world, average customer is paying between $250 to $300 a month on a Honda Rebel. That's right, $250 to $300 a month on a Honda Rebel 1100 DCT. Now, on this model Gold Wing, you're at $25,300. Again, that is MSRP. That is not out the door. Average customer with a good interest rate or average credit and average interest rate on this motorcycle, you're anywhere between 540 to 580 monthly payments on this motorcycle. You could possibly be lower if you extend the term, but that's what we're seeing. It's almost double the monthly payments. But are you really getting what you pay for with the extra engine size, the standard passenger seat with the hand guards? Here you have to add the passenger seat. It does not come with one. You have the luggage. This is what impresses me with the Gold Wing. Remember, I have one. I love tucking away an extra, you know, like a jacket in there, having an extra set of gloves for my passenger. Even if I go out and I want to pick something up like groceries, or just I'm on a trip and I want to bring something home, I have the extra storage. On the Rebel 1100, you should be carrying some type of storage compartment additionally, or a backpack is what most riders wear. I'll tell you a little secret. With the Gold Wing riders that I enjoy riding with, they taught me something. Anytime you take your motorcycle out and you're on the way home, always stop and pick up treats. That is the magic of the Gold Wing. I've learned that countless times. Every time I go out with my friends or I go out riding with my customers, we always stop on the way home and pick something up sweet, something, you know, not very expensive, but something that the family can enjoy. When you get home, you tell your kids or you tell your wife, hey honey, get something out of the trunk of the Gold Wing for me. And when she opens it up and there's donuts in there or there's some type of candy, everybody's happy. And your wife will let you ride again with your friends next time you ask nicely, right? So that's a little magic I've had owning the Gold Wing. With the Rebel, it was super fun. I had it for over, the Rebel 500, I had it for over 4 years. It was just a cruiser. Very fun, very light, very nimble. I would go out to the beach, I'd hang out, and just very fun. But the Gold Wing is a whole different standards. And right now, I really think it's important, if you're considering purchasing one, ask your local dealership if you can take it for a test ride, if you can afford it. Of course, I don't want you making a financial decision that you're going to be regretting or in burden. Just remember, always consider your options when purchasing a motorcycle. Don't purchase a motorcycle just because somebody tells you to or your friends have one. Purchase a motorcycle depending on your situation. When I purchased my Rebel 500, I was working at a school. I worked at a public school, and I worked across the street from my house. I lived on the beach. And I said, you know what? This bike is gonna get me to work, to home, to the beach, and out and about. A Rebel 500 got the job done. Right now, I live 50 miles away from my dealership. So the perfect bike for me is the Honda Gold Wing. I also had a Honda Africa Twin, but that's another story. That lasted 2 years. I love that bike. I ended up selling it with a ton of miles. I put a ton of miles on it. Right now, I put average 1,500 miles a month on my Gold Wing, coming and going to work. I absolutely love my Gold Wing, but if I had to choose, I would want to have my Gold Wing and one other motorcycle in the future. I'm always going to have my Gold Wing. I'm not planning on getting rid of it for a very long time. So what do you guys think? Was this comparison useful? We're talking again about some of the similarities, a lot of the differences. The pricing, of course, it's double and a half the price of that. But if you're financially responsible, if you can make the payments, the Gold Wing is the way to go. If you can get approved with a very, very low interest rate or a long term, the Gold Wing is just magical. You're gonna love it. Your family's gonna enjoy it. It's a very just outstanding motorcycle, and it really does beat the competition up. But comparing Honda to Honda, both of these motorcycles get a 10 out of 10 depending on what you're going to use them for. And let's go for a test ride. I think that's the only thing setting us apart. I'm going to strap up, I'm going to put my gear on, and I'm going to take both bikes out to give you guys one quick ride with me on both bikes. Let's put a mile on each bike, and I hope you guys enjoy. All right, guys, I got my trusty employee here, Marco. He's going to go on the Rebel 1100 DCT, and of course I'm going to be on the Honda Gold Wing. We're going to strap up and we're going to go for a 1 mile ride. They are both automatic DCT, so you're going to have the same features on both. Lights are on. We're in drive. All right, guys, that was our test ride. Marcos, what did you think about the Rebel 1100?
Great bike.
Great bike, great ride. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and always smash that like button. Thanks.